You know what? I think I'm gonna start here, actually. So you see the Mysterious Spectre, the Whispers, right? These fights, they were not hard fights, but they didn't die very fast. And if you see in the description, it says, physical attacks only have a slight effect on their stagger gauge, so use magic attacks to fill it rapidly. Then there's like these Whispers, who are like even more tankier than the other Whispers, right? So in Remake, here's some footage of me fighting some Whispers, right? We're not going to go through the whole clip, but just to jog your memory on Remake Whispers, they just didn't die very fast.
This trick. Sorry. This one's for you.
Right, he's not dying very quickly. I'm not playing the best at the moment, but just to jog your memory, like, I'll go a little further. There's a 2-minute fight, but you see, like, doing stuff with Tifa.
You ready?
So, like, these guys did not die very fast. Keep in mind, also, I'm on normal mode, and I'm maxed out, max level, right? That's one. So this here is the very first fight in Rebirth, and it has Zack fighting a bunch of Shinra troopers in a very beat up state, but he's still so strong that he can take them all out. So the context of this scene is that it's a one-sided fight. Zack is still that guy even if he's beat up and tired. What they give you on the bottom left is just square and triangle to attack. You don't have any other moves or anything like that. But it's a very one-sided fight, and Zack does a lot of damage. So check this out. So, very one-sided fight. Not a lot to work with, but still a very easy one-sided fight where you do tons of damage. When you play a Sephiroth, there's also the very limited display with just square and triangle. In the context of this scene, Sephiroth is him as well. He just one-shotted a monster, and now this other monster who's giving people trouble, Sephiroth is just making light work of him. Again, not a lot to work with, but a very easy fight where you do a lot of damage. So, again, we have two examples of very one-sided fights with limited moves. There's only one other instance that I remember having a display that's very limited, and it's a one-sided fight. And it's right here. It's right here. Cloud has Holy in his hand temporarily. And Sephiroth is like, that's not fair, or whatever he says, like, that's not supposed to be here. Very poor form, and then he sends Whispers after you. I'm gonna skip ahead some of it, but you get it.
That doesn't belong here. Very poor form.
Right, so I'm gonna pause here, and I'm just gonna go very slowly. Cloud has Holy in his hand. He puts it up, you get ready to fight. And you have the same display from the Zack part and the Sephiroth part. You only have attack though. And these Whispers, from their description, it says physical attacks ain't really all that. Magic is where it's at. You can't even assess these particular Whispers. They don't show up in the enemy intel. And if you remember, these Whisper fights, they're not hard fights, but they just don't die very fast. Except here.
Time to get serious.
This is a one-sided fight, most definitely. And these Whispers, they died so fast. These are like Sephiroth Whispers as well. My reason for this is that they died so fast because at this particular moment, Cloud has Holy on him. Later on, he gives it to Aerith, and Aerith gives Cloud like a clear materia. And then Cloud goes back into the main world, and then you go into the Forgotten Capital, right? And then we are here. And you fight these White Whispers. I'm not going to try to talk about why I think you're fighting them, but I want to note some things as well. So we're going to go to this fight, and it's going to look more like a normal Whisper fight.
Heads up! I'll end this.
Okay. So, okay, I'm going to stop here. Okay, cool. I got to stop here. My bad. So, if you look at the top left of the screen, one of the Whispers in the background is going to do something called Brutality Ward. And he's going to put a sigil on the ground.
Good chance.
Right? Sigil is on the ground. Who else has moves like that? Now, pay attention. I'm going to switch over to Tifa, okay? So, I go to Tifa. Okay. Now, look at Cloud's MP. It's at 110. There's a Whisper that's about to do a move called Etheric Drain. And it's going to drain Cloud's MP from 110 to 106. Who else has moves that drain your MP? I have a, what is this? Like a clip of the Whisper's moveset, right? Now I'm going to go from the bottom and then go up, right? Faded Tempest. Who else has a Tempest move? Aerith. You go up. There's 3 moves that have ward in them. Brutality Ward, Gallows Ward, Demon Ward. Aerith has ATB Ward, Radiant Ward, Arcane Ward. These guys have a lot of spells. Aerith is very good with magic. There's Entwine, which is, you know, like the actual Whisper move that wraps you up and you gotta like free yourself, right? And at the very top, Etheric Drain. Aerith has a move called Soul Drain. That's like her OG move. She's had it since Remake, right? So Aerith has Soul Drain, and she doesn't have to get any other weapons with that to get Soul Drain, I mean, right? It's like Cloud's Braver, Tifa's Unbridled Strength, right? And I find this part to be a little bit interesting as well, because I scanned through all the enemies and their moves, and there's one enemy that also has Soul Drain. Not Etheric Drain, but Aerith Soul Drain. And funny enough, it's Ginatak. Ginatak has Soul Drain. He has a move that drains your MP that's called Soul Drain. Look.
Let me show you how.
Leave it to me.
It functions the exact same way. It's a move that takes your MP. I think that's actually pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what the connection is. Maybe I'm reaching, but there has to be some sort of connection based off of just them having a move that takes MP, right? I'll let y'all figure that out. Maybe it's nothing, but I just want to point that out. What do I have next? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, we can finally get here. Okay, so I've been rambling a lot, and I think now this is the part where I start forming a theory, right? I don't really do theories like that, but I want to form a theory here. When you're in this part of the game, and this is the final level, the game says, hey, make sure everybody is set. This is the final rest stop. There's no turning back. And you set your materia and all your abilities and make sure you got everything straight for the final battle, right? I've seen podcasts, I've heard other people talk, and my friends and whoever else, and they always talk about when they get to the Aerith portion, which is right around here, right? They talk about, oh man, I'm so glad I set my materia for Aerith. Or man, Aerith showed up and I didn't even give her anything, right? Just from that, my brain is thinking that the Aerith that's right here in the final battle is the Aerith that you save. I think it's your Aerith. Like, in another world, obviously, because in the main world, she actually dies. But I believe that this Aerith is the Aerith that you saved. And I also believe that she's so strong because this is also the Aerith that Cloud gave Holy to earlier. And I'm going to back it up here, right? So, actually, I want to say one more thing about this fight. So, I believe that this Aerith here is your Aerith also because she has your moveset. She has your shortcuts. She has your materia. She has all that stuff. If it was a new Aerith that is some other Aerith, I think they would give her like an extra move. I don't think they would go so far out to give you the limited display because this is not supposed to be a one-sided fight. Aerith is supposed to be strong, but it's supposed to be the final battle, so I don't think it'll go that far. But I do believe that it would give you like an extra move or two to signify this is a different Aerith. But this Aerith is working with just your moves. It doesn't have anything new, I believe. So I want to say that first. Sephiroth has a move called Whisper Whirlwind and a move called Whisper Cannon. And these are the moves that you interact with to pressure him, right? Now, I fail in this first section because the wing is hard to break, and also I wasn't prepared in this section. Whenever I play as Aerith, the first thing I do is Transcendence, and had I known that he would have done Whisper Cannon very soon, I would have probably broken it. But you have this clip here just to showcase, hey, like, you can still break this.
Don't even bother. That shit won't work on me. Not anymore.
That's it. That'll do.
So it did not do. I just messed up as a player. I actually just didn't break it. If I had saved my ATB and did like Soul Drain or something, it probably would have worked. But that's what this clip is for. So the second part, he does Whisper Whirlwind, and I actually break it.
You'll see. How can you want this, Sephiroth? How can you...
And peep the move that I use. I know you can use Sorcerer's Storm, but I use Soul Drain here from this distance.
Want an eternity of loneliness. Let's end this, Cloud.
So, I believe that Aerith is so strong because this is the Aerith that has Holy on her. And her magic is so strong. And Whispers are weak to magic. I believe it all kind of ties together that way. I think that this is an Aerith that you saved, that lived, that prayed, that became stronger from her prayers, and also has Holy. I don't believe it's like a Omni Aerith or a Livestream Aerith just yet. It could be that, but as I've been playing, I'm more leaning towards this particular theory that the Aerith that you save, the Aerith that you give Holy to, the Aerith from the ending even, is this Aerith right here, your Aerith, but from another world. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. What do I have next? Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this is just me showing off. I was just really happy because I got the limits and I used them so well. I was just really happy for myself. Oh, here you go, just check it out. Just random shit. Just check this out.
Stay your day. It's on you.
I'll show you what I can do. Find the strength within.
Hang back. Don't overdo it.
I'm coming. You can do it.
Take it over the time you get. Fine. Let's finish this.
I ain't gonna lie, that made me happy. I popped off. Okay, back to work.